And before heading off, a big thank you and shout out to Athletic Greens for sponsoring this video and continuing to support this channel. Been using Athletic Greens for several months now, still kept up the routine every single morning, whether I'm at home or on the road. Travel bottle, travel pack, 8 to 12 ounces of water, shake it up and drink. I've been traveling a lot over the last several months, been bringing this with me wherever I go. It's such an easy and convenient way to get all my vitamins and minerals. I used to carry around, like I told you guys, at least half a dozen bottles of vitamins and all the other stuff that I think is good for me. And it was super inconvenient, difficult to lug around. I would lose bottles all the time. And with one travel pack or one scoop, you get 75 vitamins and minerals, probiotics, whole food sourced superfoods. And it's just a super convenient way to stay healthy. In every single box, you get a pack, you get a travel bottle, you get travel packs. Also, this bottle of vitamin D, I take this every single day. Most of us probably don't get enough vitamin D. Seriously, take your vitamin D. Also, AG1 always follows the latest research. They go beyond third-party testing to make sure whatever they're giving you, you're getting the best quality in the best nutritional daily habits on the planet. Like I said, I've been taking this every single day. I feel better. It tastes good. I got a box for my parents as well. They love it. I never used to really care too much about vitamins, minerals, things like that, but this actually makes me feel better. So if you are interested, go to my link down below. You'll get a year's supply of vitamin DK32 and 5 travel packs for free with your order. This is really a game changer for supporting your immune system. AG1 really does provide your body with everything it needs for optimal performance every single day. Hey guys, Mike Chin here in Chicago, Illinois. Just came back from the West Coast to a lot of snow on the ground. Anyway, just got out of the airport and let's get this food day or food night going with Girl and the Goat. So this place is really interesting. Never been here before. So they recommend about 2 to 3 dishes per person. I love places like that because they're fairly small dishes. And one of the dishes I got I'm pretty excited about. It's called roasted pig face. Roasted pig face. That was my nickname back in high school. Anyway, first dish is here. These are the roasted oysters. Wahaha. So inside the roasted oyster, you got crispy lentils, sausage butter, and finger lime. I like the flavor, and texture-wise, the oyster itself is way softer than typical roasted oysters. And the crispy lentils provides a nice, crunchy, contrasting texture. So far, so good with this place. Second dish is here. So these dishes come in these little cutting board plates. Definitely quite small, which is why they recommend that you order more. This is the goat empanada. I figure I'm in a place called Girl and the Goat. Gotta order a goat. And inside of this, oh, one popped out already, is smoked blueberries, Spanish green peppers, cheese, and of course, the goat. Oh, that is good. Never had blueberries. These are definitely ingredients I wouldn't think belong to the same empanada. Blueberries and goat. But that works. And it works really, really, really well. Wow. I just tasted some of the olives on the bottom. Oh, they are super sour. First of all, that goat is cheesy and tender. No gaminess, no sour from the olives from the bottom, and just an explosion of sweetness when you bite down to that blueberry. I think some raisins underneath that as well. That was excellent. This is it. This dish here, the roasted pig face. It's a whole lot less intimidating than I thought. Sunny side up egg on top, and the aroma of the pork, it's just pummeling me. So underneath the egg, this is the pig face. No easy way to eat this. Just slice the egg, And on the bottom, there it is. This is the roasted pig face. Again, it's a lot less intimidating than it sounds on the menu. Underneath, a pile of crispy potatoes and another crispy piece of the pork on the bottom. I think this is one of the signature dishes in this place. This pig fish just kind of tastes like the best combination between a sisig and a piece of bacon. I mean, extremely toasty and crispy. Very, very, very charred, so you get that slight bitterness from the char. When the texture is crispy, it's gelatinous-y, a little bit creamy from the eggs. The meat has good chew, good texture. Really not seasoned too much. When you bite into this, you're just tasting a really crispy, fatty, delicious piece of pork. This is really good. And pretty interesting. And I think for the pork, I like the texture more than I do the flavor. It really just tastes like a gelatinous-y, crispy, fatty piece of pork with a drizzle of salt. And I see sauce on the bottom of the plate, not really tasting much of the sauce. It's a good dish. I like the piece of meat. I just don't think the flavor is really all that there. This I'm really excited about. This is a fire roasted whole branzino. This thing is cooked to absolute crispy perfection. This should be like a little fish chip right here if you break this off. Fish chip. And on top is Thai sweet and sour sauce. I see sprouts, basil. There's kumquat here as well. And branzino is just such a beautiful fish. It's a white fish with the meat is just so succulent and tender. One of my favorite fish to eat. My favorite thing tonight. There's some amazing flavors in this fish. I mean, it's spicy, it's sweet, it's crunchy. The fish itself is just absolutely perfect. Oh, I taste some grapefruit too. I mean, there's so many different ingredients in here, but it all works amazingly well. My favorite, meat from the cheeks. Right here. Oh, that's good. I think this is one of the newer items they have on the menu. This is absolutely delicious.
All right, we have a hoisin mayo here.
Yeah.
Hot mustard.
Yeah.
Squash and fennel salad. Mushroom kimchi and naan on that side.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Enjoy, man.
Oh, this plate looks delicious. Look at the size of this monster. Wow. And on the side, some fennel and squash salad, hoisin mayo, and hot mustard, and some mushroom kimchi as well. Look at that. That looks so pretty. Oh, I'm just picking up one of the bones. This thing is just breaking apart. I'm barely lifting the bone here. Wow. Look at this. Holy moly. That bone just separated super quick. Add a little bit of the hoisin mayo. This is so good. Yeah, that's good. This is now the best dish I've had tonight. I mean, it is amazing. And the skin is crispy. I think on the outside there's fried garlic. The skin is just so beautifully roasted. Oh yeah. Add the wasabi mayo. And when you take a bite with the skin, you get a nice amount of gelatinous texture as well. And this is a dish where you really need some acid to kind of balance this fatty pork shank. And the mushrooms fill that roll so well. It's spicy, it's vinegary. I mean, the fennel salad is good, but those mushrooms are next level. That is so good. And with the naan, add a bit of the shank. Horseradish. It's gonna go ahead and add some of these mushrooms in here as well. I got some charred, crunchy pieces of skin from the shank. Of course, all that juicy meat that's underneath. Good amount of garlic, a little kick from the wasabi, and of course the acid from the mushrooms. This is definitely my #1 dish. If you like pork, you like yourself a good piece of pork shank, come to this restaurant and try that. If you don't get anything else I had today, get that. That's amazing. Good morning. Breakfast is at Richland Center. This food court, I've been here once before. A lot more new places now. Winter, great time for a mala xiangguo. This stall serves Xi'an food. I think I've been here once. Don't really remember much about it. This dumpling place looks really good. So handmade dumpling, they say that the filling is huge. It's full of filling. And also they have these like scallion pies. I'm excited for this. All right, here's what we got. Down pea cold wheat noodles, pork burger, biang biang noodles with burou, which is marinated pork belly on top. All right, look at this. I haven't seen this in such a long time. Look at it glisten. The color looks good. It looks deliciously smooth. Just by picking it up, you can tell it's super elasticy. This thing is gonna be a chewy, delicious dish. The gluten, sort of like an edible sponge, sucked up all that nice sauce that's down here. Some sprouts in here as well. The ground beef is excellent. Smooth, chewy texture, got a nice crunch from the sprouts. The gluten is so good in here. It's spicy. Make sure you load up on the Chinese vinegar so you get that nice umami vinegary flavor to go with that delicious heat. The pork bun, I think it's just okay. It's really no crunch to the bun, and the meat flavor is good, but it's definitely not as juicy as I was hoping for. Still, not bad. Still a really good combo. And the biang biang noodles, check this out. Layers of pork belly on top, marinated pork belly. You can see each pork belly slice. It's got the best of three things. Incorporates the marinated skin layer, fat layer of meat. The noodles look spongy. They're covered in chilies. I asked for extra spicy, and they definitely delivered. I just want to try this pork on its own. Woo, it's falling apart. Oh. That's really nice. This is really good. First of all, no regret in getting the maximum amount of chilies. I think I could have even used more Chinese vinegar, make it a little more sour. That's some extra vinegar. Just pour on the noodles. Mouth feels good, the spice level is perfect. The pork goes so well with all the acid that's in these noodles, and they are just melt in your mouth tender. Very, very happy with this. Oh, I'm really excited to try this. So this is a place called Dongbei Renjia, a family in the Northeast, and they sell these crepes. Look at this. So they sell basically a pancake, and 2 of these are stuffed with lamb, and 2 of these are stuffed with pork. They sell 4 to an order. They were nice enough to just kind of mix it up for me, the flavors. Oh, this is good. First of all, this is juicy. Basically a pork meat patty inside. You guys can see the juice. I don't want to let it out. See the juice on the bottom? When you take a bite, the outside bun is toasty and nice. And I like the fact that it's so thin. So you're just getting a lot of filling here. And that filling is delicious. Great aroma from the scallions. The patty is tender. It's super juicy. The flavor is just off the hook. I want to see if I can find a lamb one. I'm hoping this is it. Oh, I got lucky. This is the lamb one. A little bit of onions in there to kind of kill the gaminess, but really, not gamey whatsoever. A little bit of vinegar and chilies. Oh, even better. Also got some dumplings because of how descriptive they worded everything. Like, they filled it as much as they could. It's a big plum filling. This is a good dumpling. This will definitely be my go-to dumpling spot whenever I'm in Chicago. You guys see how thin the wrapper is? Basically non-existent. You're not tasting much of that at all. Super thin skin. You break through, inside is just meat and juice and chives. And the ingredients here are shrimp and pork and leek. Dunk it in a little bit of sauce. And just let this thing explode in your mouth. These are so good, you just want to keep popping them in your mouth. Finally, some ma xiangguo. I wish they came in the big bowls like they do in New York. Oh, they put peanuts in here. That's nice. I wish the meat was the thin slices of fatty beef. Here they just have chunks of meat. I definitely should have added more vinegar to this thing. Okay, I brought extra. This is the signature milk tea with panna cotta from Elite Tea. Whoa. There's panna cotta on the bottom of this milk tea. Oh, that is soft and creamy and nice. I also got this, the lychee tea. This is good as well. Overall, this is a really good food court. My #1 recommendation just off the stuff I had, definitely get the dumplings, get the pancake. Bao noodles are good. Wish I could try more stuff. There's a beef noodle soup at this place called Spicy Art. I really wanted to try it, but time and also my stomach space is kind of tight today because it's got a huge, amazing dinner coming up next time. Let's do a rack of ribs, please.
Oh, okay. What sauce would you like?
What was it?
We have a mild, a zesty, and a prohibition. One is, the mild is a tomato base, zesty is sweet tangy, and prohibition is sweet hot.
Sweet hot, please.
Okay, what side would you like with that? French fries, onion rings, baked potato, cream spinach, baked beans, green beans.
Cream and spinach. All right, went back home, took a little break. This restaurant I'm in, Twin Acres here in Chicago, one of the oldest restaurants in Chicago. They started, I think, in 1881, and their claim to fame is a rack of ribs that apparently Frank Sinatra loves so much that he came here all the time for it, and that is his booth right there. They have different flavors. One is zesty, that's more sweet and tangy. I got the Prohibition, which is sweet and hot, and when I say hot, I'm talking about ghost pepper hot. Full rack of baby back ribs. This is pepper jack cheese, creamed spinach. Oh, that just came off. And they give you some more sauce on the side. Oh. These are some tender ribs. I love the crispy char on the outside. Meat just fall off the bone. The sauce is actually pretty sweet and tangy with a nice bite of heat. It's like when you take a bite, Old Blue Eye is just cooling your taste buds, just charming them into delicious submission. I had these only once before, had to come back and try them again. And just as good. Cream spinach, I'm just gonna add some barbecue sauce in it. Oh yeah. I want to add that sauce to everything. If you love ribs, want to try a flavor that's pretty unique, come check this place out. Don't want to go too crazy right now because right after this, about 6 minutes away from here, a meat feast awaits. I wanted to come to this restaurant for a while and I had to come during dinner because the food offerings are different between dinner and lunch. I feel like I'm in Beauty and the Beast. I mean, I've never been at a dining table where real candles on giant candlesticks are being used. So the place is known for a few things. 100% getting the seafood tower. 100% getting, and this is the main reason I'm here, fire roasted seafood tower brushed with chili oil. Also, they have here olive-fed Wagyu from Kagawa, Japan. And for all those who are indecisive, they also have this option on the menu. Really cool, as soon as you sit at a table, they come by with a cocktail, in my case a mocktail, of strawberry lemonade with chamomile tea. Also, most steakhouses will just have a bread basket. This place, house-made croquette with a dipping sauce with caviar on top. This is free, right? Can we just get unlimited of that? That is very, very good. I mean, never mind the free caviar that's on top, which is obviously good. Croquet is delicious. The dipping sauce is some sort of, I think, a combination of maybe of sour cream and mayo. Also, they have this section on the menu. Check it out. It's called Arm Candy. And this is all stuff that you can order to put on top of your steak. Like beefed up butter, crab Oscar. I didn't know a good piece of steak needed accessories, but if you wanted to bling your steak out, that's available here. Okay, so here's what happened. Seafood Tower has 2 layers. Top layer is filled with king crab and lobster. Of course, that's on the top because that's where shellfish royalty belongs. Downstairs, there's clams, there's scallops, there's jumbo shrimp, and then you can order an extra order of pasta. What they do is they take the pasta, which is already cooked, they then put the leftover sauce from the seafood. It's all that great seafood sweat, and they pour that all over the pasta. First bite, just wanna dunk it in a little excess oil. Out of this world. This is not only one of the prettiest seafood towers I've ever seen. This might be the best tasting seafood tower in existence. You are tasting every bit of that fire that roasts all this delicious succulence. But the butter and chili oil, I mean, we all know those are 2 amazing ingredients. Usually, with seafood towers, you taste butter. Here, you taste the butter, you taste the lemon juice, but on top of that, those delicious herbs, the chili oil, all that delivers so much more flavor. And this is the pasta soaked in that great seafood juice. Oh, wow. Ooh, it's got a piece of king crab. Oh, this thing just pops right out of the shell. And you dunk it in some more of that chili oil and butter. This is too good. I mean, I heard a lot about this place. It 100% lives up to the hype. So they put the claw meat right in the body itself. Again, just swirl that around in the butter and hot oil. Every time you bite into seafood, you are tasting those flames. Also, you can tell right away, seafood is about as fresh as you can get. So sweet on their own accord, but with that butter and chili oil, it just gives it a full body of flavor. I know this place is pricey, but steakhouses typically are. This is by far already, before you even get into the steak, the best steakhouse I've been to. This leftover sauce here, that is definitely not going to waste. I just asked for some bread, and if there's anything left after that, that stuff is going on top of the mashed potatoes. Bread is here, and it is good bread, freshly baked. Dunk it. Oh, just dunk it into this river of awesome sauce. Highly recommend. Do that if you ever come here. Unlimited bread. I'll be getting many more of those. They're about to grab the leftover butter and hot oil juice, and I stopped them like they were about to take away my firstborn. I asked them if they could just pour it into a bowl because I got mashed potatoes coming up. That would be amazing with the mashed potatoes. Nice.
Extra special.
Beautiful. And the steaks have arrived. So I got a 28-day dry-aged ribeye, which is their #1 recommended. And then olive A5 Wagyu. This is the filet. Oh, that is so buttery. Lean, but also tender. This is cooked with béarnaise sauce with giant chunks of crab inside. They think it's king crab inside as well. I don't usually ever put anything on my steak. I never really believe that good steak needs anything on top. But that was a pretty life-changing bite. It's buttery, it's creamy, the flavor is just so rich and deep. This is a pasta with white truffle stuffed inside. If you like truffle, and I do, this will make your life so much better. Wow, everything from that to the potatoes, to the Brussels sprouts. Wow, these are tasty. Some of that great seafood sauce right over the potatoes. The potatoes are good on its own, but I'm not wasting a bite of this sauce. Even better. Even better. This is the olive A5 Wagyu. Look at the marbling on this beauty. So that was Wagyu fed with olives. I've had A4 olive Wagyu before. I never had A5 olive Wagyu. The olive flavor isn't overwhelming, but it's so complimentary. You bite it, of course, A5 Wagyu melts as soon as it touches your tongue, and it leaves this aura of delicious olive flavor. I mean, it's subtle, but yet profound. Ribeye? That is definitely the most flavorful of all the steaks. It's not gonna melt in your mouth like the A5 Wagyu. It's not as tender as the filet, but it's marbled so nicely and 100% has the most flavor. And I can see why this place is always booked out. We couldn't get a reservation until about 9 o'clock tonight. I am just so impressed. For dessert, it's a flambe. Basically, it's their take on banana foster. They give you a chocolate ball filled with surprising ingredients, they said, and they cook up the bananas with a lot of butter and pour it over the chocolate ball until it melts. Inside is chocolate cake and vanilla ice cream. It is flipping delicious. So chocolatey and buttery. That is a delicious way to end this meal. This place is now one of my favorite restaurants in Chicago. That seafood tower especially, mind-blowing, life-changing. And as always, all places I've went to listed down below for you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Till we eat again. See you later.